Hey guys, this is King3 bringing another live commentary, Forza 5, and this is going to be a parts and tune revisit. This is going to be the Nissan Silvia, car that I like actually quite a bit. Taking it to the Indianapolis GP track, and my time on there is this Mazda Miata. I think it was like 260th, right around in that spot. So it's not terrible, but it's not great. And I'm trying to see if I can beat it up with this Silvia. This car is really fun. It works on a lot of tracks. Has really good acceleration. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Buick Grand National. I came out of the last turn kind of poor, so my start wasn't very good. So let's see if we can improve that on the back side here. See if we can get a little bit better. Ooh, I just dirtied that up. Alright, let's try to run another lap here. Let's get out of this one a little bit better. I think my lap will be clean if I make it through the rest of this okay. Here we go. That was a lot better. I came out of that corner really wide. About hit the wall. Alright. Dirty lap, we'll give it another try. You can see that my Silvia is just a little bit faster than that Mazda Miata was. Ah, shoot. Cut that a little bit too much. I like this car because it still gives you some pretty decent handling, but it gives you really good speed and gives you really good acceleration. I think acceleration is probably the top attribute in this car. It's not a great top speed car, but it's a really good car that gets up to its top speed really quickly. And as you can see, I can rev it up pretty high. I think it's the stock transmission too, so you're not spending any PI trying to get that to work a little bit better. Works really well on Bothers. This track, Road America, has a lot of strengths to it. Alright, we're going to be dirty, but it looks like we're going to beat the Mazda Miata here. So let's give it one more try and see if we can put down a good clean lap. We'll walk away from it here. Alright, one more strong lap. There we go. That's what I wanted to do last time. It's a good sounding car too. I like that V8 kind of sound to it. And we took that one a little wide, but we should be alright. Won't lose too much time there. Key is get this car straightened out as soon as you can. Give it all you got. Get lined up for the next one. Turn in a little bit early. Cut this corner a little bit, which I didn't do. There we go. And into the gas. We're going to do even a little bit better this time than we did last time. This car is just really enjoyable to drive. Very competitive, very good on multiplayer as well. We're going to beat that by just under a second maybe. Just 0.4 of a second actually. So I tried to quickly do that math, but did it really, really slowly. This car has a lot more in it. You can see that we beat the Miata pretty easily. You know, 260th isn't great, but when you're consistently beating that car like that, you should be able to perfect a couple of turns and end up in a lot better spot. This will probably be in the top 200, maybe just outside. Just absolutely love that car. This is actually not the best track for it, but it is really good, and you'll see it works on a lot of things. All right, 220. So yeah, we are just a little bit outside of the top 200, but not too bad at all. Again, not its best track. So take these settings and take them to a couple other tracks as well. Bathurst would work really well on. All right, let's take you over the parts bin here, and we'll look at the parts first. Actually, all I did was retune it, so if you have this car previously from me, you won't see any differences in the tune. We have the V8, we have the 5.7 liter V8 conversion, and we have the centrifugal supercharger. This car was rear-wheel drive, so there's no change there, so we have the stock drivetrain. Go over to the engine parts, and we have the stock intake, we have the stock fuel system, stock ignition, stock exhaust, stock cams, stock valves, stock engine block, stock pistons. We have the street centrifugal supercharger. We were not able to upgrade that at all. We have no intercooler, and we won't have any oil or cooling. And just to verify, we have no flywheel. So everything in the engine compartment is stock. Brakes, we got the race brakes, we got the race springs and dampers. We'll have the race front and rear anti-roll bars. We have the full roll cage. Looks like you could potentially go either way with that. You can lose a little bit of weight. Looks like you lose a little bit of braking, a little bit of handling. Might want to play with that a little bit. We have the full race weight reduction. I believe we have stock clutch. Yep, stock clutch. Stock transmission. We have the stock drive line. And of course we'll have the race differential. That way it's adjustable. We have the sport tire compound. We're right in the middle. I don't know. I haven't really tried down this much more other than stock. Traction has become an issue with the power that it has. On the front tire width, we have the 235s in the front. Looks like that really helped our handling number. In the rear, we have the full width upgrade at 275. And I think that one's actually pretty necessary to make sure you have traction. The front probably aren't as critical, but those rears will be really critical. In the first section there with the wheels, it's going to be Wed Sport SA97F. You can use whatever equivalent of that. I thought it looked pretty cool. We have the R19s in the front on the wheels. And we have the R18s in the rear. Wasn't able to make them the same size there. We have the front and the rear Forza bumper and spoiler. And I don't think I have any bumpers or side skirts. Maybe a hood, but I don't think so. Nope, no hood. Too much PI. Alright, so that's the parts. Let's go ahead and go through the tune. Running 26.5 both front and rear on the tires. We have the stock transmission, so the gearing is not adjustable. On the alignment, I have -3.0 and -3.0 on the front and rear camber. I zeroed out the toe, and I have 6.0 on the front caster. I did flip these around a little bit. This is one of the biggest upgrades. I actually softened these up quite a bit, and in the front we actually have it tending to oversteer a little bit. So we have 994 in the front, 1406 in the rear. I think those were 15 and 20 before, and I think 20 was on the top, so it was made to understeer a little bit more. Did the same thing with the springs, reduced these by about 100. We have 405.2 in the front, 446.2 in the rear, and I think I reversed those as well to give it a little bit more oversteer to match the anti-roll bars. Ride height's all the way down at 5'6". That's still pretty tall. Using the Raceboy 77 settings here, 11.7 in the front, rear rebound, and 1.9 in the bump stiffness, front and back. Downforce, this is actually pretty interesting. On that particular track, I had full downforce on it, and that Mazda Miata was actually a little bit faster than I was. When I reduced the downforce down to the middle at the starting point, it actually became faster than the Miata. So if you want a little bit more handling, you can move this to the right. I probably wouldn't go any further left as it becomes harder to control. Brakes are at my standard 47% and 200%. Pretty happy with that setting. And we have 16% and 21% on the rear differentials. Car works really well. Tried on a few different tracks. I know Bathurst was one of them that I had mentioned. Let me see if I can see some more here. We'll just go to the B class. It actually works pretty well on the Alps as well. It's a very fast car. Bathurst. You saw that it worked well in Indy GP. It works well in the Bugatti circuit. It doesn't quite have the top speed quite enough for these. You might be able to run it on La Sarthe. Not sure. It actually works really well on the Nürburgring. It works good on Prague because it works on the Alps as well. Road America. I mean, you can just see it works on a lot. It's at home on Sebring. Give it a try. Spa as well. So I think you'll see this car is very versatile and very quick and very good in multiplayer. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video. Later.